Greetings, ladies. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Happy New
Good.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy to see both these faces again.
I know we were on a little bit of a hiatus. So for those who don't know, I'm Erin Sullivan. I'm at a local 3 IBEW in New York City, and I am joined by my two favorite sisters, Shannon.
I'm Shannon Skinner at a local 396 in Las Vegas, journeyman lineman and president of our local.
And I'm Stacy Haling, also out of local 396 here in Las Vegas. Happy to be here.
Thanks for being here, ladies.
So I want to welcome everybody to the Current Brew Crew Podcast. We're 3 passionate female IBEW members who come together to spark inspiration, share knowledge, and help empower every sister in our union. Come with us on this journey as we try to connect and light the way for each other, because together we're unstoppable.
That's right. We unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, so we shoot the shit once a week, trying to empower the other sisters in the IBEW
And have a good time doing it.
yeah. So how was your holidays, ladies? What'd you do?
I had a great holiday. I was back in North Dakota. It was very cold, but I spent some time with my family. So it was nice.
How's mom doing?
Good. She's doing much better. I've realized what a stubborn, determined woman she is, and nothing is going to slow her down. Doing real good. Thank you for asking.
Somebody once sent me a thing that says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, I am my mother after all."
It has been quite the realization watching this whole thing as to how much we have a lot of similarities.
I have 100% noticed that because I know Stacy very well, and I talked to her mom on the phone or actually FaceTime during the holidays, and
yeah,
the apple does not fall far from the tree. It's funny. I think Stace might make a couple of changes in life.
I should, yeah.
How was your holidays, Shannon?
Mine was very quiet. Stayed home, cooked a prime rib, encrusted in salt. Good holiday, sat by the fire, relaxed the day. And then I had a major main water leak to my house.
Oh,
So-
no. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, I got it fixed New Year's Eve, actually, about 6:00, digging 9-foot hole, and was using 700 gallons of water a day. Water company I was like, there's no way, but I guess so. I found the leak.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
At least the good news is you live out in Vegas, so it wasn't freezing cold like New York.
I know.
Having a broken water pipe.
Would have been horrible.
That would have been. Oh, I couldn't even imagine. So we had the kids. So we spent Christmas Day with all the grandbabies. So it was one of the better Christmases. You know, nobody got drunk, knocked over the Christmas tree. No family politic fighting or any of the craziness. So it was a good holiday. Watching the kids, the grandkids. We have
Yeah.
two 2-year-olds. So every time a gift came out, it was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. They were fighting over it. So that was entertaining in a way. But
That's so hilarious. So we actually went over to my sister-in-law's for Christmas Eve. That's a tradition, right? Since the kids have been babies. And the twin boys are like 6'4" now and very large. But they knocked over the Christmas tree one year. There's no doubt about that. It was great. But now they're serious on playing games and beating Auntie in Connect 4.
yeah, so it was a good holiday. And New Year's was quiet. I was in bed by 9:00.
Yeah, I was too. I worked through the New Year holiday, and my excitement for New Year's Eve, which I guess I'm not embarrassed by, but I would have been 10 years ago. I went to Staples after work and got my new desktop calendar, and I was thrilled about it. That calendar gives me so much joy. That's what I did for New Year's Eve. Got me a new calendar, so I'd be all set for the new year.
That's awesome.
I don't think I've owned a paper calendar in decades.
I'm a visual. I need it on a calendar. in front
I
of
do
me.
too. I have the same thing. I have the desktop, the
Yeah.
big sheet for the whole month. I
have
like
a
the
s-
visual
I have a
also.
cell phone. It has a visual calendar and it reminds me of what I got
All
to do
right.
when I
It's
got to do it.
our techie member over here.
Well,
Yeah.
we couldn't get in. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But so let's go to the question of the week.
Take a seat. It's the Brew Crew. Question of the week. Say it loud, let it be. The Brew Crew. Oh yeah. The Brew Crew. Right here. The Brew Crew. Oh hey. The Brew Crew. The Brew Crew.
Hello, Brew Crew. You three ladies are some of my most favorite people of all time. I have a question for you today, and it comes in 3 parts. The first part, do you ladies know who the first female member of your local was? Part number 2, do you ladies know how many current female members you have in your local? And part number 3, do you know what the deterrents are for why more females don't step into leadership roles within their locals and on job sites? And as mentors, what can we do to help them overcome those fears?
All right.
Okay, Tabitha gave us a doozy this week. I guess I'll start by answering the bit of the easier side of it was with the how many female members are a part of our local here at 396. Thanks to our office ladies for getting this number for me too, because I didn't know. So it raised some questions that I had to say, wow, I guess I don't know this. So we currently have 286 female members. Our first female member was a lady named Shirley Lyons. A little question as to what year she had started in, but I think right from the get-go of the start of our union, which was 74.
Right.
Correct, Shannon?
Yeah, 1974. I
Yeah.
think Sue got a little confused. It was probably, yeah, 1974.
As that's for the first 2 parts. The third part of the question, which gets a little more difficult, is how are we encouraging the members and to step into leadership roles? And I just look back to a time, and I want to say it was one of the conferences where who said it? Oh, Cheryl Ann, I believe, said it, or Sherilyn. She said, whenever you're given an opportunity, just say yes. And that statement has stuck with me for so long. And I've said it so many times to so many people. I think that's the way I personally try to encourage people to step outside of their comfort zone and take on new roles maybe that they weren't anticipating. Yeah. Say yes, especially when you're uncomfortable. Yeah.
Stacy has always said yes. I've taxed her with many things throughout the years, and it's before I even finish a sentence, she says yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell just doing this podcast. Like whenever I'm like get one of my crazy ideas, and I'm like, "All right, ladies, we need to do this." Stacy's always okay.
Let's do it.
Do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
We actually have a lot of ladies that step up. We have a lot of committees in our union, safety subcommittees throughout each department of NV Energy. And a lot of people step up. I think like extracurricular activities, say union stuff. We've got Stacy and one other lady that sits on our e-board. But I think it's harder. I don't want to. Women have a huge role in every day-to-day life at home. And I think, I'm not making excuses, but I think sometimes it's hard for certain people right? They have to go home. Some of them are head of household at home and cooking dinner and taking care of the kids and ball games and this and that. And sometimes I think it's difficult for them to take leadership roles in our union. So we're very thankful when they do step up to the plate for committees during the day and come to the union meetings and stuff at night.
Yeah, I didn't have as much success as you guys did with the finding out who was the first female. I do know that the first female into Local 3 came in 1974, but I'm waiting for the archives guy to come back from vacation to give me the exact person who did that, who was the first female to come into Local 3. So I know the year, I just don't know the exact person.
How old is your local?
125 years. So we're old. We were the third local in the IBEW.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly how old your local was.
Yeah, 125 years. I've asked the question to leadership how many women we have, but we don't break down our membership gender-wise. Like, it's hard to get a number on that. But I do know that I sent out last women's conference, I sent out, I want to say like 400 invites to IBEW sisters. I'm not quite sure how we got that breakdown to send them the letters, that we don't have that information. But I do know that we sent out 400 invites to the women's conference that we just recently had. So
How many came?
probably had about, I think there was like 280. Yeah, so it was a good number. I always say the average active membership is 1%. So
Yeah,
if we sent out like 400 invites, there was
You did very-
280 women there.
you did well.
Yeah, women do show up. As far as like women in leadership roles, I always say that, what is leadership roles really? Are we talking like officers? Because to me, leadership roles, you could be the head of a club, you could be a club president, you can be a shop steward, there's other forms of leadership, right? So I never had an official leadership role in Local 3. I did run the mentor program. So even though like I didn't have an official title, I did have like leadership roles. I agree with you, Stacy and Sherilyn, and just saying yes. I think sometimes we don't step up for various reasons. We do 80% of the unpaid work, right? So it's hard for us to get out of the childhood responsibilities or the elder care responsibilities that we have. It's not always easy to say yes. And sometimes, let's be honest, like, you're only as good as your last yes. So sometimes I think we move on from people very quickly. It's, oh, they didn't say, they can't do it. Like, we just put people on the back burner once they say no, rather than saying,
Sticking with them.
And people have lives. And
Uplift them someplace else. The next time it comes around, just don't forget.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Stacy couldn't do it this month. Let me get back to Stacy. And it makes people feel like they're needed, right? Or wanted when you check back in with them. Hey, Stacy, how's it going with your mom? Or, hey, Shannon, I know you had the kids last week, but maybe you can bring them with it. So I think saying yes, involving the members and getting them to step up. And I think also too, women owe it to one another that, like, when they do get to the table, that they turn around, and it's really important to reach that hand back and lift that sister behind you up. I think that's something that we're all responsible for, and not just getting to the table, but getting other sisters to the table.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely agree with that. Yeah. Once you've been in a leadership role, extending that olive branch to the people around you will only pay dividends.
And mentoring one another. Like, I think sometimes we'll be on job sites and women walk past each other. It's like, listen, you know what? You're not going to
That's
be
kind of
one.
weird.
I know. And I
It
always say, like,
happens.
you know what? You're not going to be one of the guys. You will never be one of the guys. Like, you can sit with the guys at coffee. You can chat with the guys at coffee. You can go out after work with the guys from coffee, but you're never going to be one of them.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind, like, why we have sisters who will walk by sisters when we have more in common with one another than we do with the guys. And that's not to say the guys aren't allies, but
It's just a different bond, right? It's a different bond that you can share with somebody that's in your field. And I love it. I love all the guys, but having the ladies to sit back and chat with or coffee break with, it's a different feeling and it's comforting to have that.
I do, like in the morning, we have a couple gals in our show up that play different roles. And I just make it a point every morning just to be bubbly and happy and make a point to saying hello. Because sometimes I think that they feel like a shadow amongst all of the guys. And I bebop in every morning. When my feet hit the ground, I'm happy. And so every morning it's like, I speak to them, what's up, gang? They go their different way during the day, absolutely. But I 100% make a point to make them feel good, put a smile on their face, and hopefully head out through the day with their head held high and know that, you know, that I'm there. I'll talk to them every day and give them the support that they need. I think that's a huge thing, especially us three ladies. We've been in this trade for a while. That's an important thing to reach your hand out and bring these young people up, or somebody that's new to the trade, show them the ropes. Make them feel comfortable. People like to feel good no matter what.
yeah. It's funny because recently we were on a job and we have a female shanty and a male shanty. And so the shanty's just like where you get dressed in the morning or you put your bag down and you start your day. And I get that feeling of like isolation, like you don't want to feel isolated. But so I had to say to two of the females, that's the men's shanty. You got to go to the female shanty. And it's like in a different area. And one of them was like, and I was like, no, there's no ifs and buts. We fought like long and hard to get a female shanty, and you need to be in there because that's a
ours.
fight. That's something that we fought for. And while I get your feeling of not wanting to feel isolated and separated from everybody else, we have a female shanty, and the brothers have a right to be able to get dressed in their shanty.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's funny how that went full circle, how it went from a fight to, yeah, I don't want it, with the younger people. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a choice. It's not a choice. But it was just struck me. I'm like, I must be getting old because
I think that they're afraid that they're like changing the work atmosphere, in which they're not. You're getting conditions. Don't break down your conditions. You've got conditions. Use them.
yeah. And not every shop has that benefit. You know what I mean? Listen, the reality is it costs $2,000 a month for them to rent out that shanty. So a lot of contractors don't want to pay that. So you're with the contractor who has it. So you get in that shanty.
Dang it.
Dang it. But getting back to mentoring, that's part of the mentoring, right? And teaching the sisters who are new to the industry, what were the fights that we had to fight for? What were the things that, that weren't always handed to us? So I look today, the job site is so much different, right? When I came in 26 years ago, I would never in 1,000 years ever think, like I would say on a job site, my wife. I just would never even imagine saying that. Running work as a female, right? I would never imagine that. And teaching the young sisters coming in and coming up, what were our fights, and mentoring them. And teaching them what the rules are, right? Because it's hard to get into these leadership positions when you don't know the rules, right? Robbie Sparks always said, if you want to play the game, you got to know the rules, and teaching the sisters the rules of the game so that when they do get to the table, they don't flip it.
Right.
Yeah, sharing that history. Got to do it.
Yeah. And I think it's okay to have a position and run for office and stuff like that. But I also think it's okay to have other leadership roles that aren't so defined.
Day to day,
Yeah, like I
day
never.
to day leadership.
You can be a four-person. That's a leadership role. You can be a straw. You can be a project manager. It doesn't have.
You could lead a safety meeting. You could give a good tailboard for the week. It's just stand up, right?
Yeah,
Stand up,
exactly.
be heard, be seen.
Yeah, when I think back about being in an actual leadership role, I was a leader long before that role ever was assigned to me.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Exactly.
And then eventually that does happen, but it wasn't I sit on the executive board, now I'm a leader. I was a leader and I landed on that executive board.
That's exactly it.
Like a title to me never made a leader, right?
No, not at all.
Ever.
Ever.
Like,
It's your
yeah, some
actions.
leaders have a title, but I never seen a title make a leader.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that was a great question.
It's a great
Yeah.
question. She loaded us up. That girl.
Yeah.
She did. I was very happy to get her question. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Tabitha. Tabitha, you're one of our favorite people too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
Beautiful Christmas tree, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
think we
really
have
brought
to
the
plan a
holidays to
trip
us.
to Tampa. I think we need a girls' trip to Tampa.
Oh,
I'm
that wouldn't
down.
hurt- That wouldn't hurt a thing. Yes.
Yes.
And you guys know how much fun I am on vacation.
Oh boy, do we.
Where's my sheriff's star?
Oh boy. There's scooter stories, there's bike
Yeah.
stories, there's intersection stories.
The scooter story is my story.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, ladies. So,
All righty. Before we go, remember, being a sister of the IBEW means you're never alone. Reach out, lift each other up, and keep building this amazing community together, ladies. We're stronger, brighter, and unstoppable because we're all in this together.
If you like what you heard here today, please subscribe. If you have questions that you'd like us to answer, please email us at Ask the Brew Crew. If we use your question on the air, we'll send you one of our travel mugs. Yep. See, we all have them.
Where did I put mine?
Yep.
Ta-da.
You have your choices, seafoam or pink, because some people don't like pink. So if we use your question, we'll send you one of the travel mugs. Thank you for spending time with us. We know as women, time is our most valuable commodity that we have. So we thank you for sharing this time with us and for joining us on this journey to help educate, empower, and engage the women of the IBEW. Ladies, love you guys.
Love you
Yeah.
back bigger.
Love you. So happy to be back.
And we'll, yeah, it definitely is glad to be back.
Yeah. 2026, here we come.
That's
Here we
right.
come.
Rock and roll.
All right, ladies, love you.
Love you back.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Take a seat.